Yeah.
Hostile scanning our radar. On standby.
Out! That gun ready. Ammo crate ready. 3 Bravo.
So where do I even begin with all these overused and some may say overpowered guns here in Call of Duty? So I just wanted to show you guys all that long 2-minute clip just using every single overused and just ridiculous gun that has been in Call of Duty to its point here. I know there's I'm pretty sure there's more that I'm missing, but I'm pretty sure I got those main ones that people they just overuse and just they're so darn good. But I just want to just sink in how great and just amazing those guns were in the intro. But just ever since CoD 4, there's been a gun or a set of guns in like every single CoD that has stuck out to the rest and has come down to be the most, like, I guess I could say, hated guns, because it's definitely very annoying dying from all these overpowered and annoying guns, and it is as well super fun just getting feeds using these weapons in general because they're just so good. But going back to Call of Duty 4, guys, you all know the most overused and just best gun in that game is the M16, good old M16 with red dot and stopping power, no question there. Getting one burst like all day long, it's just a crazy gun, it can just cross map you. And no question there, no question defeating the M16. But going to World at War. So when I went to go play World at War, I encountered 3 main problems. The first problem being, of course, the lag, since it's like on the PS3, it's on an old gen system. For 2, the hackers were definitely a problem because I was running into lobbies where I couldn't spawn in at all whatsoever for some reason. And for 3, the player count is really low. Like last time I checked, I was on there playing with the MP40. There was 900 people online, so it was hard finding matches. But like in my 2 to 3 games I played with the MP40, like people deem this gun to be ridiculous and OP, like one of the best guns ever in COD. I gotta say it is pretty good, but it just has so much kick. I didn't expect it to have so much recoil, but as you're seeing, you can literally cross map people with the MP40. Like, this is an SMG, it's not an AR. You can literally cross map people with this thing, which is insane. But going to Modern Warfare 2, the most hated setup, which is of course Danger Close, one-man army noob tube. So for starters, you had Danger Close, which just increased your explosive damage. For 2, you have the good old grenade launcher that we all know and love. For 3, we have One Man Army, which was in the perk 1 tier, which basically this lets you switch classes without needing to respawn. The problem with this is that you can keep on choosing your grenade launcher danger close class setup every single time you run out of noob tubes. So it's basically infinite noob tubes, and this is just so insane because of how crazy the blast radius and just how crazy the noob tubes are in MW2, and this was just so exploitable, and it plays Modern Warfare 2 still to its date. So no question there. I hope that does get changed if MW2 gets remastered though. But going to Black Ops 1, the two most overused guns and just the two guns that still run supreme to this date are going to be the FAMAS and the Galil. So first off, the setup that people ran all the time with the Galil was just a golden silenced Galil with a ghost. Everybody ran that, and it's something that I always hear lots of people complaining about on YouTube with Call of Duty, and that's annoying. That's just a good old setup that everybody runs. You can't go wrong with it at all. The Galil is definitely one of the best ARs and just in general one of the best guns ever in Call of Duty. It's such a great consistent feeling weapon. It definitely shreds. But speaking about shredding, the FAMAS, it's up there too. This gun is absolutely insane. It's just crazy. The enemies stand no chance with this thing. It's basically like an SMG into an AR. Has a SMG fire rate, AR crazy damage and range, and just no question there. Galil, FAMAS, and Black Ops 1 are so ridiculous. The next Call of Duty game after Black Ops was of course MW3, and in that game the two weapons that run supreme still to this day and you cannot go wrong with them at all whatsoever are the MP7 and the ACR. So the setup that everybody ran with the ACR was just pretty similar to the Galil. It was just a silenced golden ACR, just a super overused setup, and definitely you cannot go wrong with it because it's just so darn good. This gun absolutely melts, and it just feels very consistent and very good. And I think I was gonna include the MW2 ACR, but I think that One Man Army Danger Close Noob Tubes and MW2 are much worse than like the ACR in my opinion. But just MW3 ACR is definitely dominant, but the MP7 as well, it's an SMG that is crazy. This is probably like the most accurate gun in Call of Duty maybe. Like this has like no recoil, it's a complete laser, it melts super fast, and you cannot go wrong with this SMG. Definitely probably the best SMG in Call of Duty, or just you know, the top 3 if not. So now going to Black Ops 2, the two most overused things that I saw in this game are going to be the A94 as well as the LSAT with target finder, silencer, and a riot shield. And you know, Black Ops 2 did have lots of gun variety and lots of like really good guns like the MSMC, the MA1, and of course the FAL, but I just think probably the A94 beats all those guns. I don't know, it's just between the A94 and the FAL. I just didn't know which one to choose, but the A94 is pretty ridiculous. This gun feels very consistent. It's so great feeling, and it's definitely one of the best ARs in Call of Duty. That's why it's here on this like, you know, list of overused and just overpowered guns in COD. Such a great AR. But going on to like one thing that is just so annoying, one of the most annoying setups in COD, which this kind of is up there. That is definitely up there with the Danger Close One Man Army Noob Tubes and Modern Warfare 2. This is just an LSAT or just any light machine gun with target finder, silencer, and a riot shield. So this riot shield in Black Ops 2, it's like a portable head glitch. You can actually put it down wherever you want, of course, and just head glitch over it with your target finder LMG. And this was just so annoying, and it's one thing that I think most of you guys, if you've ever played Black Ops 2, you have ran into this exact setup here, or just some like light machine gun with target finder or silencer camping in the back of the map. But this gameplay, I never thought I'd be uploading this horrendous gameplay here. But going to Call of Duty Ghost, the most overused gun in Ghost was of course the Honey Badger. So this gun had a built-in suppressor on it, and the setup that people ran with this Honey Badger was just grip and extended magazines. That's it. Just because the iron sights were so clean, so nice that you didn't need a red dot, you didn't like need any sight on it at all whatsoever. So just run grip, extended mags, because it already has a silencer on it, so you pretty much have 3 attachments already, and that's what made this gun really good, because you're pretty much off the radar all the time, and it melted very fast and it was very consistent. So going on to the next game, which is of course Advanced Warfare. The two most OP ridiculous guns in that game was of course the NA45 and the AMR9. Of course I'm kidding, it's the Battle 27, most specifically the Battle 27 Obsidian Steed and the ASM1, but most specifically the ASM1 Speakeasy. So those two variants were just the most overused in the game, definitely right up there with the ARX Hole Puncher and the HBR3 Insanity. Those guns, guys, so crazy, and anyone could get those guns because I'm going off my memory here, but I think at Prestige Grandmaster 1, which was Prestige 16, I believe it was, you actually get the Battle 27 Obsidian Steed, and then at Prestige Grandmaster 12, I think it was, you got the ASM1 Speakeasy. Like in these Grandmaster Prestige levels, you actually got a variant like each time you Prestige, which is pretty nice. So you can basically get these guns if you want to right now in the game, but it's just a long grind to get there. But speaking of the Battle 27 Obsidian Steed, this gun, as you're seeing already, just melts. It just kills so fast, like in 3 shots, and it plays the game. Like, I guaranteed if you go into a lobby right now, you'll see a Battle 27 Obsidian Steed, just one Battle Obsidian Steed, or if not, just a Battle 27. And just going to the ASM1 though, the ASM1 Speakeasy was the most overused variant of the ASM1, and it was just like the most popular one too. This one I actually don't have it because I sold it. I got this variant like multiple times, but honestly I never liked the ASM1. Like, I love the Battle Inferno more than the Obsidian Steed. I love the Battle more than the ASM1. I never liked the ASM1 at all, so hate me for saying that. I did sell my Speakeasy multiple times. But besides that, this ASM1, I'm using the Rigger variant, which has +2 accuracy, so it's just a very accurate ASM1. Like, this does melt, but it does have a slower fire rate. But beforehand, before this got nerfed, the first, I think, like 8 shots of the ASM1 shot at like 1,000 rounds per minute, and that was like when the game first came out, and the ASM1 was so crazy because of that. But like later on in its life cycle, they did take off that initial, like, I think it was 8-round burst that it did have 1,000 RPM. They took that off, and the ASM1 now is kind of ruined because of that. It just doesn't feel as, like, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel as good as it used to. So that's pretty much the most OP guns in AW for you guys, the most probably overused guns in any single COD ever. Battle and ASM1. So now going to Black Ops 3, the two most overused and just most annoying guns to die from in that game are going to be the VMP and the 205 Bresci. So first off with the VMP, this is a very fast killing, fast firing, a good SMG. It's just the most popular one. Like ever since like when Black Ops 3 first launched, like the first month of the game being out, this SMG was used all the time. Like, it was like in the territory of the Battle 27 and ASM1. Just this was used every single match non-stop when the game first came out, and now it kind of is. You still see it like every match, but I think it's like gone to the point where not many people use it as much, but it's still there and it's still annoying because of how good it is. It's such a fast killing gun. It just melts you in an instant. Like, this is pretty similar to the MP7 in Black Ops 2 because I believe they had like the same fire rate and similar damage stats. So VMP, you can't go wrong with this. Such a crazy gun. But going into like one of the most hated guns ever in any single COD, the 205 Brecci, the Bresci, or however you pronounce this shotgun. This shotgun kills you like in 2 shots, like most of the time, has insane range it seems like, and just when you hear the Bresci, it's like it's game over because you know you're gonna keep on dying by it every single time. It's like you can't do nothing about it because of how just ridiculous it is. And I'm pretty sure lots of you guys have ran into people that are using like a jitter mod on their Bresci where they just shoot it full auto. I've ran into that so many times, and it's just so annoying because you can't do nothing about it. So Brecci is such an easy gun to use, hip fire, no skill, just spray and pray, that's it. So now moving on to the most recent Call of Duty game, Infinite Warfare. The two guns that are the most overused as of right now in this game are going to be the NV4 and the K-Bar 32. So first with the NV4, this gun is just like your standard like no recoil laser gun that just performs pretty well in just in about like most gunfights. But This gun does kind of fall in those close range situations, but it's just still overused because of how consistent it does feel. Just slap on a suppressor and quick draw and extended mags, and you pretty much got the honey badger from Call of Duty Ghosts. That's what this gun reminds me of, because the iron sights are pretty similar and just it feels like the honey badger just a bit. But this gun's so overused. You can go into a lobby right now and you're gonna see this gun just used in the kill feed just non-stop, and that goes same for the K-Bar 32. This gun, as you're seeing, I got like, I don't even know what this was. This was like a 8-man feed or something. Like, this gun melts. It's so crazy how fast this gun melts, and this is kind of like, this reminds me of the Battle 27 and ASM1, just how people always use the NV4 and the K-Bar in Infinite Warfare. Definitely plays this game, and that's pretty much it, guys. So that's the long trip from COD 4 up until now with Infinite Warfare, just showcasing and using every single, like most of the overused, popular, overpowered, I guess I could say most hated guns as well in all of Call of Duty. So hope you guys all enjoyed this very long video, and let me know down below in the comment section, out of all of the weapons and just the weapon setups here in this video, which one do you think is the best like gun in Call of Duty? Is it the Glil, the MP40, the M16, the Bresci, the Battle 27, just so on and so forth? Just comment down below, what's the most overpowered setup, overpowered gun in all of Call of Duty? To me, it's so hard to choose. Maybe it's the M16 from COD 4 or the Battle 27 Obsidian Seed. It's so hard to choose, but thanks for watching once more again, and peace out.